Kasama si Rocel Lopez, umaarangkada sa Spear Cyber TV.
Pa, huwag kang magpapalipas ng gutom, ha?
Kung makulit sa school, ha?
Apa.
Pa, yung gamot. Huwag mo kalimutan inumin, ha?
Huwag mong pababayaan yung bunso.
We love you! Bye-bye, pa!
No, batang yan. Kung ituring talaga ako, parang ako pa yung baby ng pamilya namin.
Ang swerte ha, muna sa inyo eh.
Totoo lang, mas maswerte ako sa kanila. Napakaswerte.
Tay, tulungan na po namin kayo.
namin kayo.
Tay.
Ano ba? Magsilayas nga kayo!
Papa! Ba't ka po ba lagi nagagalit sa amin?
Ang kukulit niyo kasi!
Dahil mana kami sa'yo! Di ba sinabi mo sa amin, kung may nangangailangan, hindi kami susuko. Dahil kailangan mo kami pa! Kailangan mo kami!
Anak? Anak, patawarin mo ako. Tawarin niyo papa niyo. Tawad.
Magandang araw po.
Magandang araw din. Anong may paglilingkod ko sa inyo?
Ay, hindi po. Kami po maglilingkod po para sa inyo.
Bye, Papa!
Bye.
Bye po.
Ingat kayo. At sa tulong ng ECC, para sa kanila, magagawa kong makatayong muli.
Ako po si Ernesto de Mesa Jr. nakabalik bilang security guard. Nakabangon dahil sa ECC.
Are you tired of finding a good company? Come and join in Eastern Mediterranean Maritime Agency Incorporated. We have 3 types of vessels: tanker, bulk, container, and experience on board to our vessels. We also have facilities like training room where in-house and seminar trainings are conducted.
Okay, so mga kaibigan, magandang hapon po sa ating pagkatagasubaybay dito sa programang linawin siyempre. Okay, so mga kaibigan, magandang hapon po sa ating pagkatagasubaybay dito sa programang linawin. Siyempre ako pa rin ang inyong magiging kakuntahan, kapainti. Dito'y pinag-usapan po yung poverty, yung train at about sa droga. At siyempre, nandun din yung mga bisita at mga nahandun ay sina Honorable Wilma Guillen, linawin, siyempre ako pa rin ang inyong magiging kakuntahan ng Philippine Statistics Authority. Usapan po yung poverty, yung train at about sa droga. At siyempre, nandun din yung mga bisita. At hindi nandun din si Honorable Antonio Celito Lambino II, si Assistant Secretary ng Department of Finance. At ganun din nandun si Mr. Moody Floranda, siyang National President ng grupong Piston, Statistics Authority. Usapan po yung poverty, yung train at about sa droga. At syempre, nandun din yung mga bisita. At hindi nandun din si Honorable Antonio Celito Lambino II, si Assistant Secretary ng Department of Finance. At ganun din nandun si Mr. Moody Floranda, siya National President ng grupong Piston, Statistics Authority. Usapan po yung poverty, yung train at about sa droga. At syempre, nandun din yung mga bisita. At hindi nandun din si Honorable Antonio Celito Lambino II, si Assistant Secretary ng Department of Finance. At ganun din nandun si Mr. Moody Floranda. Yung mga tambayang batch 85 na Elisa Higuera High School, sina Bossing Arnel, sina Lisa at Celso Basilio, sina Amor, sina Marisa Cruz, sina Milet, at sina Catherine. Yung mga tambayang batch 85 na Elisa Higuera High School, sina Bossing Arnel, sina Lisa at Celso Basilio, sila at yung mga tropa pips naman natin dyan sa may pandang Tugatog, Malabon, sina Barangay Kagawad, sa Barangay Tugatog, Malabon City, at siyempre yung sina yung mga tambayang batch 85 na Elisa Higuera High School, sina Bossing Arnel, sina Lisa at Celso Basilio, sila at yung mga tropa pips naman natin dyan sa may pandang Tugatog, at yun din kanyang kapitan, si Barangay Chairman Paulo Oreta. Ayan, good afternoon. At yun din yung mga tropa pips naman natin dyan sa may bandang Tugatog pa uli, no? Sina Joel Lapus, yung aking batchmate, at siyempre yung anak niya si Jolina Bartolo Lapus, yung aking inaanak. Kaya good afternoon. At yung lahat ng Toda, no? Yung kasamahan Toda ng aking batch na Toda sa Tugatog sa Quezon, ay good afternoon po sila Mase, sila Taba, ayan, marami, sila John John, yung aking paring John John Valenzuela, magandang hapon. At sino pa ba? Baka may nakakalimutan pa tayo, no? At baka mamaya magtampo. Siyempre, yung regular viewer natin at listener ng programang Utol at lahat ng programa dito sa Spear Cyber TV, si Daniel Valdez ng sila Taba, ayan, marami, sila John John, yung aking paring John John, no? Or baka hindi ko lang na-overlook ko lang. Anyway, good afternoon Daniel, at happy viewing sa inyo. So, siguro kung wala na tayo nakalimutan, ay siguro ay panoorin na natin at pakinggan yung nangyaring tapatan sa Aristocrat, kung saan pinangunahan nga po ito ng isang sikat na broadcaster noon. At sa ngayon naman, siyempre si Sir Melo Acuña. Siya po ang naging moderator dito sa nangyaring tapatan sa Aristocrat. Pakinggan po natin at panoorin mga kaibigan, at saka kayo magbigay ng inyong reaksyon o komento dito sa nangyari. Ay panoorin na natin at pakinggan yung nangyaring tapatan sa Aristocrat, kung saan
we give thanks to God for all the blessings bestowed on us, to give life, health, loving and caring family, and all weather friends. We pray for the safety of our colleagues who are not with us today due to travel and other important occasions. We seek the healing for our colleagues who are sick. We also pray for our political and spiritual leaders that they do what is best for us. As we also pray for the eternal repose of the souls of our guests and friends who have gone before us. All this we ask in Jesus' name. Amen. Thank you. Magandang umaga po mga kaibigan. Tayo po'y nasa unang edisyon ng ating tapatan sa Aristocrat. Mahalaga po ang usapan sapagkat connect ito. May koneksyon sa buhay nating mga Pilipino. May kinalaman sa kahirapan, sa mga batas na pinapataw, at higit sa lahat, ang isa sa pinaka-controversial na programa, yung masawata ang droga sa Pilipinas. We're joined by our newsmakers, Kaya, Ogas Asset Tony Lampino of the Department of Finance. Kasama rin natin si Assistant National Statistician Wilma Guillen ng PSA. At ang ating kaibigan si Modi Doranda ng PISTO. Kita niyo naman yung array of our guests. No? Let's start. Pag sinabi mo ba kahirapan, ano ito? How is poverty in the Philippines under President Duterte?
Ang kahirapan po ay nakadefine po siya sa Republic Act 8425 kung saan ang income ng isang family ay mas mababa sa tinatawag nating poverty threshold. So, ang ating poverty situation po ngayon under this administration, ang incidence po natin noong 2018 is 16.6% from 23.5%. This is the poverty incidence among population. In terms of magnitude, there is a decline of 5.9 million poor Filipinos for 70 poor in 2018 from 23.5 in 2015.
Okay. To which factors would you attribute reduction of poverty?
Okay, the reduction in poverty is attributed to the increase in the income, especially of the poor. For all income groups, the increase in income from 2015 to 2018 is 20.9%. For the first, second, and third decile, which we call the poor, near poor Filipinos, the increase in income, an average of 30.9% compared to the increase in income of the least poor, which is only 17-19%.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Would you say that with all these figures, growth has become inclusive?
That's a very broad term actually when we say inclusive. It does not speak only of poverty, but somehow the reduction in poverty is contributing to the betterment of the economic situation of the Philippines.
That being the case, Madam, so if the poor has income, the government can tax them. Paano ngayon tayo ang taxation natin? Sabi nila, malaking gagong yung final branch ng train na. Ano po ba? Gaano katotoo ito?
Sir Melo, magandang umaga po at Happy New Year po sa lahat. Ito pong third tranche ng ating train petroleum excise tax adjustment. Ito po yung huli at yung mas maliit na increase kumpara po dun sa naunang dalawa. So ang tinitingnan po natin in terms of the excise itself is 1 increase sa gasoline, 1 peso din po sa kerosene, 1 peso increase per kilo po sa LPG, at saka 1 peso and 50 centavos para sa diesel. Although yung total increase sa diesel ay 6 pesos, yung kabuuan po kasama na po yung dalawang tranche na nauna. At yung total increase sa gasolina ay 10 pesos naman. No? Yun yung total of the 3 years. Ngayon, kasabay po nito ang pag-release ng pangalawang pagtawid pasada, cash grant fuel subsidy, na ito pong pangalawa ay 4 times larger than the first one. Noong 2018 po, 5,000 pesos yung pantawid pasada for all legitimate franchise holders ng mga POJ. Ngayon pong huling nirelease, more than 110,000 pantawid pasada brands, nasa 20,500 plus po siya yung pangalawang pantawid pasada. Pangatlo, meron din po tayong stable price regime. Dahil po all throughout 2019, nakita naman po natin na from a high of I think it was 6.7% na inflation rate noon pong September and October of 2018 ay yung average po natin from January to November. Inaantay pa po natin yung December number. Yung January to November, yung average po natin 2.5% lamang ang ating inflation rate, which is well within the target range of 2 to 4%, closer to the lower bound, which means meron po tayong price stability na nararanasan. No, The rate of increase is reasonable, is a lot more manageable, and within the target range. So all of this considered, yung pinakamahalaga, yung nasabi po ni Ma'am Wilma na gumanda ba ang buhay ng mga pamilyang Pilipino. And based on the poverty reduction numbers na 5.9 million, and ang dadagdag ko lang po doon ay yung target po is really to reduce the poverty rate from around 23.5% to 14% by 2022. Yun po yung target na state 3 years ago. Ay nasa 16.6% na po tayo. So, medyo maganda po yung performance ng ating ekonomiya in terms of serving the poor. Last point po, sagutin ko po yung tanong ninyo. Ano po ba itong tax reform program natin? Are we taxing, who are we taxing? No? And what I'd like to share is that what we are really doing is asking everyone to contribute their fair share to our national development priorities. Dahil po, kung tuloy-tuloy po ang investment natin sa infrastruktura at saka sa human development, education, healthcare, social protection, kung tuloy-tuloy po na tama po yung pinaglalagyan natin ng ating pera, we will graduate to a high-income country by 2040 where there will be zero extreme poverty in the Philippines. At yun po talaga yung ating layunin na we put ourselves on the right path towards zero extreme poverty. So yung tax system po natin, what we're doing is we're asking those who have more to contribute more. And those who have less to just contribute their fair share, but less than those who have more. So ang nakikita po natin dyan pagdating sa petroleum, dahil yan po yung latest tranche increase. Yung mga may sariling sasakyan, mga pribadong sasakyan, mas malaki po yung contribution nila na hihingi natin. Dahil every time na nagpapa-full tank po ang isang pamilya ng sasakyan, private vehicle, we spend around 2,000 to 3,000 pesos for a full tank. Depende po sa laki ng tangke. Depende po sa uri ng gasolina or
sa uri ng sasakyan.
At sa uri ng sasakyan. So, those who have more are contributing more, those who have less contribute their fair share para po marating natin ang ating layunin para sa ating bansa.
Okay. Umiiling si Kamote. Naniniwala ko ba sa sinabi ni Asik? Let me ask you point blank. Do you feel the effect of the Pantawid Pasada? Pakisuyo nga po, bago tayo tumako sa drone.
Sige po, hindi magandang umaga sa lahat ng sa bahagi po namin sa transport, sa bahagi ng piston, ay hindi pantawid pasada yung magre-resolve doon sa problema hinaharap namin sa sektor ng transportasyon. Ang isang malaking problema po namin doon sa ilalim po ng tren. Sa ilalim ng tren ay part of pagtaas ito ng presyo ng petrolyo. Sabi nga natin, gumalaw at hindi gumalaw sa international. 11 kilos na LPG. Ang sa amin, ang nakapagtaka, bakit merong, mula doon sa trend, bakit meron pang excess tax? Mula sa tax, na dinagdagan pa ng tax. Nagtuloy-dublet ng patong-patong yung tax, nadyan pa yung 12% ng ibat sa 12% ng ibat sa langis. Sa amin po, sa hanay po namin, ay sa presyo pa lang ng diesel, ay halos 180 pesos kada araw yung direct tax na pinabayad namin sa gobyerno. Kaya sa diesel pa lang po, pag ginano po natin sa loob po ng 25 days, ay halos aabot siya ng 480 pesos. Na dapat ito ay isa sa nagagamit namin ito sa pangangailangan ng aming pamilya. Kaya sa amin, bagamat ang sagot ng gobyerno ay magbigay ng subsidiya ng last year ay 5,000 at ngayon ay 20,000 na pinag-aaway-awayan pa. Kasi ang isang problema po dito, yung pantawid pasada ay hindi lahat nakakapag-claim. Kasi mayroong mga operator na hindi naka-transfer yung mga pangalan ng kanilang mga prangkisa sa kanilang mga jeep. Dahil dito, sa ilalim po ng programa ng ating pamahalaan, ang makakatama lang, makakakuha lang ng pantawid pasada, yung lihitimo na nakapangalan sa kanya yung prangkisa. Kaya marami pong mga operator na minsan 2 sali o 3 sali na yung prangkisa. Kaya yung kasalukuyang may hawak, hindi siya makakapag-claim. Kaya ang sabi nga po natin, kung ang layunin talaga ng gobyerno ay para tulungan hindi lamang ang sektor ng transportasyon, kundi ang mga mamamayan, ang kailangan tingnan ng pamahalaan yung bawasan yung usapin po ng tax. Kasi mismo pong si Senador Raprecto, nakita niya yung effect ng 12% ibat na hindi siya nakatulong dun sa hanay ng driver, hindi rin nakatulong sa hanay ng mga mamamayan. Bagkus ay lalo lamang nakapagpabaon dun sa kumuloy ng kahirapan.
Okay. Rejoinder.
Salamat po sa inyong pahayag. Tama po, no? Ang ating tax regime dito sa Pilipinas ay yung consumption tax na VAT ay pinapatong talaga yan sa excise tax, which is by law how our tax regime is structured. Pero hindi rin po yan unique sa Pilipinas. Marami pong bansa na ganyan po ang tax rules. No? So, because magkaiba po ang consumption tax sa isang excise tax. The excise tax is really more to internalize yung mga negative effects ng isang bagay tulad ng petroleum in terms of the environment, tulad ng tobacco or sweetened beverages pagdating sa kalusugan. So, yun po yung role ng excise tax. Yung VAT naman po ay consumption tax that is borne by the final user of the product. So, ganun po talaga yung ating batas. At hindi po yan unique sa Pilipinas. Pangalawa, totoo rin po na yung mga walang legitimate franchise ay hindi po nakatanggap ng pantawid pasada dahil based on the law, hindi po sila qualified makatanggap ng pantawid pasada dahil po colorum yung mga...
Lumalabas na colorum?
Opo, kasi hindi na po valid yung franchise either ng ibang bayan o ng ibang bansa, yung dating may hawak ng prangkisa o kaya namatay na hindi po nailipat. But I understand na based on yung pahayag po ng LTFRB at DOTR ay may deadline po for updating those franchises, which was I think in 2016 or 2017.
Okay.
So yung mga hindi po nakasunod dun sa deadline, hindi po talaga nakatanggap ng pantawid pasada.
So hindi totoo na hindi alam ng LTFRB yung ginagawa nila. Hindi naman ganun.
Kasama po talaga yung legitimate franchise doon sa batas. Yung makakatanggap ng tulong, ng ayuda, ay yung mga mayroong lehitimong prangkisa at nasa rules din po yun na matagal na pong pinapa-update yung mga franchises.
Alright.
Which is also why, out of 179,000 na nasa listahan, 174,000 na nasa listahan ng LTFRB, ang natira po for the second year was around 113 to 114,000 dahil po nalinis po yung listahan.
Okay. Director General Aquino, how would you describe the year 2019 for PIDEA? How was it?
2019 is a very challenging year for us, not only for PIDEA, but all law enforcement agencies. For 2019 alone, we were able to seize almost 2,000 kilos. That's for 2019 alone. 2,000 kilos of shabu, worth more than 13 billion pesos. This is actually the biggest hold comparing to 2017, 18, and 2016. So in short, nag-intensify ng operations ng lahat ng law enforcement agencies for this year. And also, we are trying to amend some provisions of RA 9165, particularly Section 20 and 21. Yung 20 po, ito po yung lahat ng seizures ng PIDEA and other law enforcement agencies will be given in favor of PIDEA. So if we seize money, if we seize property, if we seize vehicles, it will be given back to PIDEA. Just like what the USDA have been doing for the past years in the US.
Okay.
And for Section 21, yung po yung destruction ng drugs that based on the law, you need to have 72 hours to have a ocular inspection of the judge, yung na-seize namin drugs, and to get some representative samples. And for us, PIDEA, we need to destroy it within 24 hours. Hindi po namin kaya yun. For so many years, hindi po na nasusunod yung batas na yun. So we are trying to ask to amend this provision. Humingi kami ng 1 month for the judge to have an ocular inspection and another month for PIDEA to destroy drugs.
Yeah, but you're familiar that there are salas with no judges, right?
That's right. Kaya nga medyo doon nagkakahirapan. We have a series of meeting with the Department of Justice to settle this problem.
And the Supreme Court probably.
That's right. Melo.
Okay.
And additionally, Melo, I would like also to add that we are also doing some amendment, particularly on laws, particularly on bank secrecy law. This is based on our experience on the financial investigations of those people who are involved in illegal drugs. So ito na yung magiging exemption. If you na-approve itong batas na ito, if you're involved in drugs, yun ang magiging exemption. You are now, the AMLAC is now authorized to open, to check your accounts, your bank transactions, even offshore accounts. And also another one is the wiretapping law. So there is also an exemption that if you're involved in drugs, the law enforcement agencies is authorized to wiretap you.
Really? Okay. In the number of arrests you made, let's say for 2019, how many have you arrested who are into drugs nationwide?
Lahat ng na-arresto namin
Apo.
into drugs, they're all into drugs.
How many? Can you give us a ballpark figure?
For 2019, I think we've arrested about 54,000.
54,000.
Yeah. Ang total na na-arrest namin ng PIDEA and other law enforcement agencies since 2016, about 250,000, more than 250,000.
Okay. Would you have any ideas of the average profile, economic profile of all those you arrested? Are they poor? Are they saucy? Are they using Lamborghini cars?
Well, makikita mo, most of the arrested, yung especially yung nasa level ng mahihirap, they're being arrested and this issue makikita mo 0.1 grams, 0.5, 1 gram. Yun lang, ganun lang kalaki ang mga gram na uhuli. But of course, on the high-level operations that we have conducted, kaya nga umabot ng 2,000 kilos for 2019 because of the international drug syndicates. We have been monitoring for so long time that we have arrested this 2019.
Okay, very good. It's good you mentioned it. Pero how efficient is our Bureau of Customs, which happens to be under the Department of Finance?
Well, ang Bureau of Customs and PIDEA have a good collaboration. We are cooperating with each other. Merong interdiction unit na sa lahat ng ports, major ports ng ating bansa. Itong interdiction units na ito ay can create para sila yung mag-intervene ng mga operations that is of course in relations to illegal drugs. So malaki yung nagiging accomplishment nito. I'll just cite an example. In about 50 kasi pag sa Amerika, you can send mail and parcels, packages. Just go to 7-Eleven and then without any interventions on the package, walang x-ray, walang lahat. So pwede mong i-send papunta ng Pilipinas na hindi mo alam actually kung anong laman niya. So it's good that the interdiction unit was created in all ports and airports, seaports and airports dito sa bansa natin. Ang primary mission nila is to interdict all these packages, mails, and everything. We have a number of canines also helping us. Nandiyan yung Coast Guard, nandiyan yung Bureau of Customs, nandiyan yung Philippine Ports Authority, PIDEA, the PNP. Ang laki-laki na naging accomplishment natin dito. And recently nga, makikita niyo yung mga mules na pumapasok sa ating bansa, whether inbound or outbound, talagang especially yung dumarating sila, anong tawag din, may term doon very critical hours between 3 o'clock in the morning up to 5. Yan yung mga biyahe ng mga biyahador, ng mga smugglers ng drugs. Either they are trying to hide drugs inside their body, or they're yung luggages nila, others are swallowing drugs just to smuggle drugs.
Really? Without sounding racist, ano yung number 1 na race na nagdadala ng droga sa Pilipinas?
Sa mule, so far sa ngayon, nakita natin sa airport, Indonesia, nagpapasok ng droga. Basta't nanggaling yan sa countries ng Vietnam, Cambodia, naka-red flag na kagad sa amin, China. Kasi ito yung nagiging on-shipment point ng drugs. So bago pumasok diretso sa Pilipinas, pupunta muna for example ng Vietnam, doon or Cambodia, doon dadalhin yung droga, then papasok ng Pilipinas.
What about Nigeria?
Yes, we have an African drug syndicates and ang pinakamaraming nationality na na-involved sa drugs ngayon, particularly on the use of drug mules, is Nigerians. Yes.
Okay. Would you care to react about the customs thing, ASEC? How sure are you that customs will be, that split into getting drugs out of the country?
Well, regular po ang updating ng Bureau of Customs. Si Commissioner ay tuloy-tuloy po nag-update sa Execom ng DOF. Regular reports po yan kay Secretary Dominguez na marami po sila talagang nahuhuli, not only in terms of drugs but other contraband and illicit products. So, on one hand, meron na pong mga upgrades doon sa mga equipment na ginagamit na pang-scan. On the other hand, maganda po yung nakwento ni Director General na interdiction unit na po na po sa mga ports. At nandyan din po yung bago nating electronic system that is gonna go online very soon, yung ASEAN single window. So that will also help in terms of making sure na yung mga pumapasok ay up to ASEAN standards po yung documentary processes. So all of these things will come together and make our ports less vulnerable to
technology
illegal.
has come of age, no? Para sa ASEAN.
Opo. We are now in the final testing stages of joining the ASEAN single window.
Any timetable? Anong petsa?
Actually, nag-umpisa na po yung testing nito. So, yung full rollout na lang po ang inaantay na po. Pero meron na pong mga kumpanya na nag-volunteer para po sumali doon sa test phase. I think it started last year pa po, yung testing.
Very good. Pero before we allow you to leave for your month of Execom, we'd like to open the floor to our colleagues from the media who may have questions relating to the Department of Finance. Do I see a hand from the foreign wires? Please. Yung mikropono natin, kay ano? Yeah. Kay Alden. Yes. Okay.
Very quickly, good morning everyone. I'm Bruce Rodriguez from ABS-CBN News. To ASEC, of course right now it's 2020. We kind of missed the chance to pass the second tax reform package in 2019, but optimism is still high that we can pass it at least early this year. But earlier when we were able to talk to Governor Benjamin Diokno of the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, he somehow expressed some concerns that if Congress is still not able to pass it this year, at least he said in the first quarter of the year, the measure might lose momentum, and it would be better if the next president will pursue this. What is the thoughts of the DOF on this? Is the agency in constant or close communication with, I believe, just the Senate right now, because the House already passed their version of that bill? Thank you.
We are continuously working with our legislators in both the Senate and the House, because after the Senate passes it, and we are confident that this will happen in the first quarter of 2020, there will be a BICAM process also. So we are in constant communication with both houses, especially the chairs, si Senator Pia Cayetano, who is the chair of the Ways and Means Committee in the Senate, and Joey Salceda, who is the chair of the Ways and Means Committee in the House. At mukhang po, we are very active in working with them. Lahat po ng mga revenue estimates na kailangan po nila ay agad po nating ibinibigay sa kanila. Kung meron pong mga tanong ang ating mga mambabatas, ay pinapadalhan po namin sila agad ng mga karagdagang impormasyon. So, Package 2, which is the SITIRA bill, is scheduled for this first quarter. And packages 3 and 4 also actually within the first half of the year. Yung ating land valuation reform, package 3, at saka yung passive income and financial intermediary reform, which is package 4. So we're looking forward to the whole comprehensive tax reform program to be passed within the first half of the year. Ngayon, ulitin ko lang po yung nabanggit ko kanina. Ang layunin po ng ating comprehensive tax reform program ay para mas maging patas, mas maging simple, at mas maging efficient yung ating tax system. Masyado na pong matagal na hindi po nare-reforma yung ating sistema ng buwis. Kaya po nagiging unfair ito over time. So for instance, sa train, bumaba po ang personal income tax rates. Yan po ang pinakamahalagang nangyari sa train. It's like a 14th month pay na inuuwi ng mga wage earners dito sa Pilipinas. 99% ang wage earners. Yung tumaas lang po ang tax rate, yung mga 8 million and above ang kinikita sa isang taon. Dito naman po sa package 2, yung SITIRA, ang layunin po natin ay para sa karamihan ng mga negosyo sa Pilipinas. 99.7% of businesses in the Philippines are micro, small, or medium enterprises. At ang SMEs po natin ang nagbabayad ng pinakamataas na corporate income tax rate sa ASEAN region. No, tayo po ay 30% yung corporate income tax rate. Gusto po natin ibabayad to 20% over 10 years. At gawing mas patas ang ating fiscal incentives regime. Yan po ay ang pagbibigay ng diskwento o exemption sa iilang mga kumpanya. We think that incentives should certainly be given, but for the right reasons. Kung meron pong kumpanya na gustong mag-create ng maraming trabaho para sa manggagawang Pilipino, o kaya mag-invest sa kanayunan, sa labas ng mga highly urbanized areas, o kaya magdala ng bagong research and technology sa Pilipinas, yan po ay magagandang rason para magbigay ng insentibo. At yan po yung gusto natin gawing moderno dito sa Pilipinas. Tulad po ng ginagawa sa Singapore, tulad ng ginagawa sa Malaysia, yan po yung gusto natin makamit.
Yeah, very good. Maganda yan. Ang problema lang kasi kung may naniniwala na yung research, mga gumagawa ng mga paligoy. Anyway, may follow-up?
Yes, one quick follow-up lang, sir. Sir, if ever right now, I'm sure you're constant communication with Congress. Are there still some sticking points that needs to be ironed out? in terms of maybe from your latest communication or dialogue with them?
Well, there are always adjustments to bills, no, as they go through the legislative mill, so to speak. So talagang tuloy-tuloy po ang evolution ng ating mga panukalang batas until it gets to a point na lahat po ng
Before we go any further, we'd like to acknowledge the presence of a good friend, Mr. Raymond Reyes, the president of the Aristocrat Group of Companies. Just came over to see how we're doing and probably to greet everyone Happy New Year.
Magandang mga sa lahat. Happy New Year and Happy Drinking po. Malaking karangalan sa host ng Kapata. And tama ko yung insentibo sa mga businessmen, pagbaba yung tax rate from 30 to 20. Malaking bagay po sa small business and big business. Salamat po.
Thank you very much. Next question. Yes, please.
Yes, sir. Alden Mulog from the Japanese News Agency News. Ang question is for Asik Lambino. Sir, what are the expectations this year, sir, when it comes to the growth of Chinese-operated and owned POGOs? And yung sa issue, sir, ng compliance, anong nakita yung developments for this year?
Well, ang utos po ni Secretary Dominguez pagdating sa mga POGO ay dapat magbayad sila ng tamang buwis. Yan po yung unang-una. Dahil po ang mga manggagawang Pilipino ay nakakaltasan po yung ating mga sweldo ng withholding tax. Samantala, may mga maraming libo-libong mga foreign nationals na nagtatrabaho dito na up until recently hindi po nagbabayad ng kanilang personal income tax. So it's only fair to the Filipino worker na religiously nagbabayad ng kanilang personal income tax na sundin din ng mga foreign nationals ang batas natin pagdating sa taxation. Yun po yung unang-una. At yung estimate po natin dyan ay kung kompleto na po yung ating mga efforts para pabayarin ang dapat magbayad, we're estimating 2 billion pesos a month in personal income taxes.
Really?
Oo. From 2017 to 2019, malaki na po ang tinaas. From couple of million, naging 570 plus million in 2018. In 2019, more than 1 billion na po yung nakolekta. Pero kulang pa po yun. It should be 2 billion a month. Yun po yung estimate natin.
Pero how does it sit well with the opinion of somebody in government na hindi pwedeng kaltasan ng buwis yung mga POGO dahil ang negosyo nila ay nasa abroad?
Na-clarify na po yun. Those companies that are based abroad with foreign clients, hindi na po subject to our tax laws. Pero kung meron po silang operation dito, kung meron pong service provider dito sa Pilipinas, they are subject to our tax laws. Pangalawa po, yung mga hindi po nagbabayad ay actually, we have done several raids already. No? Yung Bureau of Internal Revenue ay nanguna po dito sa mga raid. Nagsara na po tayo ng actually 3 kumpanya with multiple branches ng mga POGO. In fact, yung una pong sinara, yung kanilang liability ay 1.3 billion. Yan po yung utang nila. At pumayag po silang bayaran agad in an initial payment of 250 million after 2 days of closure at post-dated checks amounting to 1.3 billion. No, so makikita po talaga natin na may kakayanan itong mga kumpanya na mag-comply sa ating batas. So yun po yung pangalawa. So first, dapat patas yung pag-apply ng ating batas to all those who are subject to it. Pangalawa, we are being very active through the leadership of the BIR POGO Strike Force, Strike Team. At pangatlo, meron pong panukalang batas si Congressman Joey Salceda, no, na taasan po ang tax ng mga POGO. So yun po ay in principle sinusuportahan po ng BIR.
Thank you, sir. Sir, yung from 2 billion, sir, is pesos to, sir, ano? Tapos, like, yung ba, sir, is projected na tataas? I mean, dadami pa ba sila this coming year?
Ang projection po natin ay the compliance will improve further this year.
Pero sir, yung dami nila dito sa yung operations nila sa bansa, sir, dadami ba sir?
That is, I think I must defer to PATCOR at saka Andole pagdating po dun sa projections on the numbers of workers. That being said, ang alam po natin, as of last year, higit 100,000 ang foreign nationals, mostly Chinese, na nagtatrabaho po sa Pogo industry dito sa Pilipinas. So, I think it was anywhere between 100 to 120,000 foreign nationals.
Sir, yung entry of illegal foreign workers, meaning yung walang yung visa for working here, as well as yung operations ng mga walang business permit and hindi nagbabayad ng taxes, suggest at most corruption or at the very least loopholes in the system. So how do you intend to address those issues?
Well, pagdating po sa mga rate na ginawa natin na pinangunahan po ng BIR, ang issue po doon ay violation of the tax laws. Yun po yung justification for the closures, no, na sinettle naman agad nitong mga POGO service providers. Pagdating po sa migration ng illegal workers, that is a matter for law enforcement po.
Yeah. Have you identified the POGO operators in the country? Because nobody's talking about who owns them.
There are around 200 plus POGO service providers and around 60 POGO operators here in the Philippines.
Okay, thank you.
For General Aquino, sir, may nakita ba kayong direct links dun sa operations ng POGO and yung issue ng drugs sa
Sa ngayon, wala pa naman kaming information na nagkakaroon ng link na gano'n. But again, we're trying to monitor this. It's good that you have mentioned that, especially now na maraming mga foreigners, especially Chinese, are coming in sa ating bansa. So hindi natin masigurado kung these Chinese nationals have previous criminal records in their country.
Okay. Para sa DOF? Yes, please. Identify yourself and the entity you come from. Yes.
Morning po. Bernadette po from Business Mirror, sir. Kay Aseg Lapino po, sir. A labor group is calling for the suspension of fuel excise tax amid the US-Iran conflict po. Do we also see the need for the suspension po? And do we see the Dubai crude oil reaching the government's assumption of $55 to $70 per barrel po?
Yung monitoring po natin pagdating sa oil import price ay tuloy-tuloy. Namumuna po dyan ang Department of Energy. Meron po silang subscription dun sa MOPS, no? Yung Mean of Platts Singapore, which is a monitoring service of the Dubai crude prices, no? Which is the basis of our import price monitoring. Ngayon, nasa 65 or so per barrel yung latest number. Pero hindi pa po na price in ng market yung nangyayari sa girian between the United States and Iran. So we are looking at that very closely. The markets were closed over the weekend, no? So hindi pa po na price in yan. So titingnan po natin yan at babantayan po natin na maigi. If it's the train law itself, malinaw po yung nakasaad pagdating sa suspension mechanism. The suspension mechanism as passed by Congress and the Senate in the trade law is if the average price reaches $80 per barrel for an average of 3 months before the next increase will be suspended. We have already implemented the last tranche actually. No, so the suspension mechanism does not seem to apply in this case. This would be a matter for our legislators already.
Any follow-up? Okay, yes.
In general, sir, how do you see the US-Iran conflict affecting the Philippine economy?
Well, last year, there were a number of headwinds. No, the US-China trade war, Venezuela and some other... Venezuela. And Iran sanctions were in place, no? As put in place by the United States and others, no? Other headwinds. We even operated for 4.5 months in 2019 under a reenacted budget from January to the middle of April. Despite all of this, the third quarter GDP growth number of the Philippines was 6.2%, which outperformed majority of the countries in the world that are major economies. So we are one of the fastest growing major economies in the fastest growing region of the world. What we want to do is make sure we keep investing in the right. Yung mga incremental revenues for investments in infrastructure, yan po ang may pinakamalaking multiplier effect sa isang ekonomiya. Lalo na po kung kasama yung mga flagship at yung mga maliliit na proyekto sa mga lalawigan natin. There are more than 10,000 projects going on at any given time, and that is improving lives. Second, dapat tuloy-tuloy po yung investment natin sa ating healthcare program, yung ating universal healthcare law na ipinasa po ng Kongreso last year. Pinirmahan po ni Pangulo noong February of 2019 at ngayon na po ang pilot implementation, yung advanced implementation sites. More than 30 local government units have opted in to be the advanced implementation sites for universal healthcare. Yan po ay tuloy-tuloy natin kailangan gawin para tuloy-tuloy ang growth natin. The only way we will beat extreme poverty is by continuously growing at 7 to 8% in over the long term. No? At yung investment po sa infrastruktura at sa mamamayang Pilipino ang that will allow us to increase the size of our economic engine para makagrow tayo at that rate at makamit natin ang long-term objectives natin.
Asek, let me just ask you this. Our economy is dependent on foreign remittances and BPOs. How do you foresee the conflict in the Middle East having its impact on foreign remittances?
Balikan ko po kayo on the estimates. I'm sure the relevant agencies are already crunching the numbers.
According to the BSP, it's the United States sending most of the remittances, but a big chunk comes from the Middle East, where there are 2 million Filipinos.
So in addition to remittances, we also are growing quite a bit in the services sector that are not that are domestic. Our economy has become very attractive to foreign investors who would like to access the Philippine market. So that's another area of growth dito po sa domestic. Pangalawa, meron po tayong manufacturing resurgence program under DTI na will propel our manufacturing sector forward, drawing on Industry 4.0. And lastly, and perhaps one of the most important priorities moving forward is growth in our agriculture sector.
Okay.
At meron po tayong new thinking dyan na pinopromote ni Secretary Dar. And he sees agriculture growing at least 2, possibly 4% moving forward. At isa po yan sa pinakamalaking sources of not only food security but employment for the Filipino people.
Secretary Dar, in a press conference last week, when I asked him about the impact of petroleum prices going up and the trade, he said most of the inputs which are petroleum-based are exempted. However, it's been noticed that despite the exemption from trade, the prices of fertilizers and other additives needed for production have remained the same, which has kept prices of agricultural products very high.
Well, actually, I think more than anything, the inefficiency in the agriculture sector is what has kept prices high. Now, magaling po ang magsasakang Pilipino. Despite all of the comparative disadvantages we have in our agriculture sector, they are still very good at applying new technologies. Now, in fact, the Filipino rice farmer was producing at the global average despite the disadvantages. So magaling po ang magsasakang Pilipino pagdating sa pag-apply ng teknolohiya. However, we have not yet transitioned into allowing our farmers to capture more of the value chain. Dapat po mas malaki ang kanilang pagmamayari sa value chain para mas malaki po ang kanilang kita at mas efficient ang production. At the same time, yung livelihood po nila ay gaganda. So, the new thrust of the Department of Agriculture is a welcome one, wherein we shift the thinking from producing commodities, yung crops, to agribusiness, agripreneurship. Para po ang ating mga magsasaka ay hindi lang po producer, pero sila na rin po ang through associations or organizations will own the post-harvest share. And as much as possible, pati ho sa marketing, pagdating pa sa retail. So, again, it's a shift from producing crops to agripreneurship. At sinusuportahan po natin ang DA.
Very good. Yes.
Hi, sir.
Okay, Asek.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It's not po a freelancer po. Sir, I'd like to ask you about Citera. It was said by the General Plaza that she was very sick, and have you already spoke with the Plaza about the opposition because of the incentives na mawawalan na sa kanila, sir? And then second question, sir, we have been covering IT, the tech companies who are coming to the Philippines to open new offices because they like the way the Philippine market is growing. So how is the DOF addressing the digital transformation needs of the companies in the Philippines? Second question.
Salamat po. My understanding is in a previous board meeting of PEZA, chaired by the Secretary of the Department of Trade and Industry, Ramon Lopez, naglabas na po ng statement ang PEZA board in support of Citera. So, yan po ay nangyari, I think, in the third or fourth quarter of 2019. Pangalawa, pagdating po sa digital transformation, I'm happy to share that the Bureau of Internal Revenue, as well as the Bureau of Customs, are embracing these technological innovations. Now, BIR actually has a major initiative on digital transformation. Yung vision po niyan ay by 2030 or thereabouts, pati po yung mga natin, tax assessments, tax payments can be done via an app already. So, kung gusto po natin bayaran na, pwede po natin sabihin i-accept doon sa app na set sa cellphone natin. Kung gusto po natin i-challenge, pwede rin po through the app, it's a challenge. Yan po yung nai-envision natin na future. So, it's for businesses and for wage earners. So, yan po yung digital transformation initiative ng BIR.
Before we allow you to leave our discussions today, may isang tanong lang. There's no problem about paying taxes. Would DOF have a say in how the funds collected are spent? Because if you have heads of agencies as generous as Speaker Cayetano, may mag-iisip na, teka muna, nagbabayad kami, pamimigay mo lang 150,000 bonus. Paano naman yun?
Well, if you look at the priorities of the country, it's really in infrastructure, and this is 2018 pa lang, na-breach na po natin yung ating threshold. The target has always been, for as far as I can remember, 5% of gross domestic product spent on infrastructure. For the first time in our economic history, nagawa po natin yan in 2018. We hit 5.1% of GDP, 889 billion pesos spent on infra. For 50 years before that, the average was 2.5% of GDP. Kaya for the first time in history, na-breach po natin, naabot natin at na-breach pa natin ang target. Pangalawa, universal healthcare is so important for us to benefit from ang tinatawag na demographic dividend. The next 30 years or so, when the Philippines will have a population that has the highest proportion that is working age. We have to make sure that our workforce is healthy, and well-educated. At welcome din po natin yung bagong initiative ng DepEd, which is Educalidad. They are shifting from a focus on access to quality education. So if we put it all together, we improve our infrastructure, our connectivity, we improve the quality of life of the Filipino through better healthcare, access, and education, then we are looking forward to a 2040 with zero extreme poverty.
Very good. Alam nyo, kung masusunod lang yung wish ko for 2020, presidential spokesperson dapat ito. Kapani-paniwala, hindi katawa-tawa. No? Anyway, let's pause for our picture. We will resume the discussions right after makaalis si Asik.
Nagkaroon ng hearing last year sa Senado regarding on the new officer. Regarding on that, matapos yung hearing na yon, nagtinuan na ba yung mga pulis? Pero meron pa rin kayo natatanggap na mga report na activities ng mga allegedly media caps nila sa kasalukuyan?
Well, based on the PNP, I think there is still monitoring 22 policemen who are, I think, involved in illegal drugs, particularly tinatawag nilang media caps. I think there are 3 officers and the rest are police non-commissioned officers. And sa ngayon, sa operations namin, wala na. Kaya nga, we are trying to conduct operations jointly with the PNP, the NBI, with all other law enforcement agencies. This is one way to prevent recycling of drugs, planting of evidences, and all other illegal activities. Kasi pag marami kayo nag-operate doon, marami mata.
So yung sinasabi niyong 3 officers, ano sila? High-ranking officers ba? Mga general tipo ba? Yung sinabi niyo kanina na minomonitor ng PNP?
If I'm not mistaken, I think it's the chief inspector or a captain, yung pinaka-highest na officers na nag-involve.
Bali, wala na nai-involve na general sa kasalukuyan.
Well, sa amin, hindi na kami nakamonitor, but the PNP is continuously monitoring these officers and PNCs.
Pero nabawasan na?
Well, yes, nabawasan na. Especially so that sa operations, especially sa PIDEA, isinasama namin ang ang media pagpasok sa loob. Lagi ko sinasabi niyan, when we go inside the target area, we go with the media side by side. In short, kasama na namin pagpasok. We just provide protective equipments for them para hindi naman mag-alanganin.
How about yung pag nagko-coordinate kayo sa PNP sa isang lugar, wala nabawasan na ba yung pagdating ninyo, wala na yung target ninyo? Wala nang ganun, talagang successful na operation?
Meron pa kasi nangyayari na operation ng PNP na pagdating namin doon, tapos na yung operations. But that's allowable na yung documents will follow. Kasi especially kung nandun ka na sa target area na, yung documents ipe-prepare mo pa para lang magkaroon ng proper documentation bago mo pasukin. And nandun na yan. There's already a big chance that pagpasok mo doon, mahuhuli mo yung mga target personalities. So, a phone call away or a text is enough for us. At least alam namin na PNP nag-ooperate sa ganung lugar.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, please.
Morning. Ayaw pa ako sa DWI. Okay, nagka-radyo talaga. Tataas na naman yung price ng diesel. Wala ba kayong plano mag-strike o strike niyo yung Iran?
Sige po, hindi yung kanina, pili nakalis na si Secretary. Yung pong yung presyo ng diesel ngayon sa international market nasa 65 per barrel. Kaya pagka tinignan po natin, dapat ang price pa lang ng diesel sa atin, naglalaro po siya sa 32 o 33 pesos per liter. Pero sa ngayon ay umaabot po ng 40, no? Ng 40 per liters yung At ang nakakagulat po rito ay yung crude natin ay hindi naman tayo lingguhan nag-aangkat, kundi may mahabang panahon. Yung ginagamit natin crudo ngayon ay nabili yan doon sa mas mababa pang halaga sa international market. Na dapat ay hindi agad tumataas yung presyo ng petrolyo dito sa ating bansa. Pero dahil nga po doon sa batas ng Oil Regulation Law ay nawala ng authority o power ng gobyerno para kontrolin yung pagtaas ng petrolyo dito sa ating bansa. Kaya bagamat meron po tayong DOE, na dapat siya yung nagmumonitor ng price of crude. Pero ang nangyayari, siya mismo person na hindi pa gumagalaw sa international market, ay nag-a-announce na dito sa Pilipinas, sa susunod na linggo ay merong magaganap na pagtaas ng ganitong amount. Kaya sa bahagi po namin sa transport, ay kukundim namin yung kawalan ng aksyon mismo ni Pangulong Duterte na para ibasura yung sanhi o yung batas ng Oil Regulation Law. Kasi nakita natin na hindi ito nagsisilbi sa sektor ng transport, hindi ito nagsisilbi sa sektor ng mga mamamayan, bagkus ay lalo ito nakakapagpapahirap sa amin. Kaya sa hanay po ng piston ay samantalahin ko na sa dating pong January 14 ay magkakaroon po kami ng pagkilo sa Cubao laban dito sa magiging seri ng pagtaas ng langis.
Pero hindi well kaya?
Hindi pa po. At sa atin naman ay ang posisyon po ng piston ay bagamat merong ilang mga federasyon na nag-file ng perhay, ang sa atin po ay yung kailangan mas ipasura yung batas sa usapin ng oil. Dahil mas malaki yung magiging ganansya, hindi lamang ng sektor ng transport, kundi ng mga mamamayan. Dahil pag bumababa mo, ay bababa din yung mga pangunahing mga pangangailangan o bilihin. Kaya sa amin, ay kailangan ipasura mga maling mga policy at mga patakaran sa usapin ng industriya ng langis. Yung tren, yung mga 12% ibat sa langis, yung oil na siya yung nagiging sanhi ng patuloy na pagtaas ng presyo.
Doon naman sa transport modernization Ang isa lang napansin namin, mukhang sumusunod lang nata, pasang Mazda. Kayo tumututol. Ba't hindi nyo gayaan yung pasang Mazda? Kaganda yung mga sakyan lang.
Sa amin po ay noong pa man, nung unang upo pa lang ni Pangulong Duterte, ay malinaw na yung posisyon namin sa ilalim ng modernization program. Hindi po namin kinukundem yung usapin ng modernization dahil sabi ko nga kay Sir Milo kanina, ay 74 years na kami nagmo-modernize, nag-rehabilitation ng jeepney. Pag binalkan natin yung maliit na history, sabi nga natin, ang jeepney nag-umpisa sa ACDC lang, sa owner type. Pero dahil doon sa pangangailangan ng mga mamamayan, ay binodernize ito ng mga operator. Sa ilalim po ng modernization ay hindi para ang layunin dito ay para maging mapaayos yung usapin ng serbisyo, kundi parang pumasok yung mga malalaking mga negosyante. Kasi kung titingnan po natin, yung inilabas po nila 2017-011 ay ang plano ng DOTR, ng LTFRB, ay tanggalin sa mga individual na mga operator yung control sa usapin ng transportasyon, kundi ito ay para pahawakan sa tatlo lang yung kanilang pinapayagan, yung corporation, bridge management o yung kooperatiba. Sa ilalim nito ay tatanggal nila ng hanap buhay yung halos umaabot ng 174,000 na mga operator at yung 600,000 na mga driver at iba pa na pangunahing umaasa po sa moda ng transportasyon. Ang sa amin, sa ilalim po ng modernization, kung seryoso ang gobyerno sa usapin ng pag-modernize, ang hamon nga namin kay Pangulong Duterte, simple lang magtayo tayo ng sariling industriya ng bakal at makina dito sa ating bansa. Kasi ang Pilipinas po ay lagi tayong inayahang tulad sa mga maunlad ng mga country o mga maunlad ng mga bansa, katulad ng Japan. Na sinasabi nila, bakit ang Japan every 5 years na nag-modernize? Kasi meron silang sariling industrial. Sa atin, ay meron tayong mga hilaw na mga materyales sa Pilipinas. Sabi nga namin, kung merong 12 sangkap na para makalikakan ng sasakyan, nasa Pilipinas po yun Nasa atin ng bakal, nasa atin ng aluminium, nasa atin ng tanso, nasa atin mismo yung mina ng gulong. Yung sa Mindanao, yung rubber tree. Ang problema natin ay bagamat tayo ay may mga hilaw ng mga likas na yaman sa ating bansa, wala tayong sariling industriya para lutuin. Kaya sabi namin, kung meron tayong sariling industrial dito sa ating bansa, mas mabilis yung ating pag-unlad sa usapin ng muda ng transportasyon.
Okay, maliwanag. Maliwanag yun.
Napakaganda. Pero matanong ko muna si Madam Wilman. Yung minimum wage na 500 piso, paano inaatado ng Pilipinong pamilya yon? Paano pinagkakasya? Isuyo nga po, ano yung kulidad niya?
537 sir dito sa NCR. Actually, yung pong ating pong, bago ko po sagutin yung tanong mo Sir Melo, nais ko lang ataduhin kung paano ginagastos yung kanilang pera. No? So, noong ang pinakamalaki po, which is 42.6% for all income groups, ay napupunta po sa mga pagkain. 42.6%. Ngunit ang mga nasa bottom 30%, ito po yung mga mabababa yung income po nila, 58.2% ang napupunta sa pagkain. At yung mga $39.5%. Tapos ang susunod po na malaking gastusin po ay ang house rent, yung water, electricity, gas and fuels, transport, which is around 6.6% of the income. Pero sa mga bottom 30%, 5.2% po ito. Pero yung upper 70% dahil nga kailangan nila ng gasolina sa kanilang mga sasakyan, 6.9% ng income nila na pupunta po sa transport. And then miscellaneous goods and services din po, around 6.6% din po.
Yung pong ginagastos sa sigarilyo at alak, mga mahal ito. Kano kalaki yun?
Ang tobacco, sir, 1.2%. Ito yung masaklap kasi ang mga boto 30%, 1.7% of their income, samantalang ang upper 70%, nag-2% lang kami. So, iisip namin, bakit mas maraming ginagastos sa sigarilyo? Itong mga lower, bottom 30%.
Hindi ko kaya yun yung kain nila.
Pwede rin po yun. Kasi sa mga nayunan, nakikita ko po na nagsisigarilyo talaga sila. Siguro para makabawa sa pagkain at nagiging priority po nila.
Yung po nagagastos siya po.
Wala po eh. Kasi our beverages po ang meron. Asian and culture meron din. But those are just less than 1%.
Yeah. Pero that can be explained bakit mas konti yung ginagastos sa pagkain nung may pera kaysa doon sa hindi kasi nung kumikita. Dahil yung mga may pera, baka naman kumain ng kanilang baboy at iba pa gulay.
Health and wellness po sila ng mga pagkain. Items like siyempre mga hotels, mga restaurants, transport, mas mga cellphone load and all, mas mataas din po sa upper 70%.
Gaano po katotoo na mas marami ng kumakain ng noodles kaysa kanin?
Kasama po yun kasi sa food.
Food basket?
Sa food basket po yun. Ano po ba ang food basket po natin, no? Ito po, po tayo tinatawag na National Reference Food. Ito ay dinetermine po ng Food and Nutrition Research Institute at ito ay nag-meet dapat ng 100% ng recommended energy and nutrient intake for energy and protein, and 80% for other vitamins and minerals. So, ito po yung isang sample reference lang ito, Sir Melo. Sa breakfast, meron tayong scrambled egg, coffee with milk, and then boiled rice or rice corn mix. Sa lunch naman, meron tayong boiled munggo with malunggay and dried dilis, banana, boiled rice, or corn mix. And then may dinner din po na fried fish, boiled pork, vegetable fish, boiled rice. Alam nyo naman, sa Pilipino, hindi na inaalis yung pagkain rice. At meron din po tayong snacks, either bread or boiled root crab. So, ito po yung national food bundle po natin, reference bundle po natin. Nag-iiba-iba ito pagdating sa mga probinsya. At kapag kanila patang po ito ng presyo, yung current price natin ng 2018, compute po tayo na ang minimum na kinakailangan para sa pagkain ng bawat Pilipino o bawat pamilyang Pilipino.
Will na-factor in ba natin yung nagagastos sa fast food? Dahil nakikita natin, puno lagi, mention ko na, yung Jollibee, puno, yung McDo, puno. So, may pera.
Kasama yan, sir, sa eating outside the house, the home. Kasama po dun sa kinukuha ng information.
Okay. Eh, yung nakikikain na lang sa bahay na may bahay. Yung factor din, di ba? Saka na lang yun. More questions from the floor? Yes, please, from ABS-CBN. Yes.
Ms. Wilma, another question po. Kasi kanina we've been talking about access and how it helped. Sabi nga ni Asek Tony Lambino, it's sort of like a 14-month pay for a lot of working Filipinos. But in terms of the PSA, are there maybe some statistical indicators in terms of the consumer
kung saan inaresto ang tao doon sa bandang Valenzuela, partikular sa Arcong Bato, pero ang nangyari po ay dinala sa Malabon PNP headquarters yung tao at doon po ikinulong. So parang meron pong technicalities na nangyari doon sa nasabing operations. So parang ang nangyari, kinuha doon sa Valenzuela area at the same time kinuha dinala sa Dampalit at doon nilatag yung mga ebidensya, yung mga suspect at sabay na parang picture taking doon ginawa at saka dinala sa Malabon. So parang may technicalities po doon at sabi nga niya, paiimbestigahan po ni Director General Aaron Aquino. At pinag-usapan din yung mga about sa taxes ng mga pogo na yan. Sinabi rin ni Honorable Lambino na tataasan yung tax nitong mga nag-ooperate ng pogo dito sa atin. Ito yung pong yung mga gaming operations ng pagkakaalam ko, sinasabi nga dyan ay mga particular nag-ooperate ay mga Chinese nationals. So yun po. At doon naman sa grupong piston nga, sinabi naman na walang mangyayari doon sa kanilang mga sa transport sector kung itataas yung presyo ng produktong petrolyo, kung saan sinabi nga niya dito raw sa atin mayroong mga yamang pagkukunan na kung tutusin hindi na tayo dapat mag-import ng mga ganyan, pero walang makinarya ang ating gobyerno para mapatakbo katulad ng yung meron tayong punong rubber tree para sa gulong at meron naman din tayong mga mila about sa itataas yung presyo ng magbigay ng reaksyon doon po sa nangyaring talakayan. So, bueno mga kaibigan, siguro pansamantala magpapaalam muna ng inyong lingkod at siguro ay magbabalik tayo ulit sa bukas. Well, makinarya ang ating gobyerno para mapatakbo katulad ng yung meron tayong punong rubber tree para sa gulong at meron naman din tayong mga mila about sa itataas yung presyo ng magbigay ng reaksyon doon po sa nangyaring talakayan. So, bueno mga kaibigan, siguro pansamantala magpapaalam muna ng inyong lingkod at siguro ay magbabalik tayo ulit.
You know how a certain smell, or taste, or touch, or sound, or sight can take you somewhere? And how that somewhere isn't a place. It's a feeling. It's a moment. Because time is fleeting. A moment is experienced just once. But some moments, the great ones, are remembered That's why they say, we don't remember days, we remember moments. Or that life itself can be measured in moments, making them better, making them forgettable, making them something you can keep forever. Because moments are the best things we can ever have. Come and celebrate your moments with us.
Huwag magpapalipas ng tama.
Kumakulit sa school, ha?
Papa.
Pa, yung gamot. Huwag mo kalimutan inumin, ha?
Huwag mong pababayaan yung bunso.
We love you!
Sige na.
Bye!
Mga batang yan, kung ituring talaga ako, parang ako pa yung baby ng pamilya namin.
Ang swerte haho nila sa inyo, eh.
Ito lang, mas maswerte ako sa kanila. Napakaswerte.
Tay, tulungan na po namin kayo. Namin kayo.
Ano ba? Magsilayas nga kayo!
Papa! Ba't ka po ba lagi nagagalit sa amin?
Eh, ang kukulit nyo kasi!
Dahil mana kami sa'yo! Di ba sinabi mo sa amin, kung nangangailangan, hindi kami susuko. Dahil kailangan mo kami pa! Kailangan mo kami!
Anak, patawarin mo. Patawarin niyo papa niyo. Tawad.
Magandang araw po.
Magandang araw din. Anong may paglilingkod ko sa inyo?
Hindi po. Kami po ang maglilingkod po para sa inyo.
Bye, Papa!
Bye. Ikaw. At sa tulong ng ICC, para sa kanila, magagawa kong makatayong muli.
Ako po si Ernesto de Mesa Jr. nakabalik bilang security guard. Nakabangon dahil sa ECC.